Okay, my absolutely beautiful friends. Here we are yet again on the threshold. Actually, it's beyond the threshold of the most twisted freak show in the history of the world. So just welcome to it. Yeah, that's where we are, you and me. So yeah, post market wrap up on this on this Thursday. I'm sorry, I'm at a little loss here. September 2nd, 2021. How about this? Okay, a new, yet again, and I hate to sit here doing this almost every day. New record high for the S&P 500. New record high for the Nasdaq, Dow. Not far behind. But, let's just wrap up. So how about the last 2 days? So yesterday, literally, this ADP jobs report that we got for last month, historic. It was an historic miss. Probably one of the worst pieces of economic news we've gotten in a long time, and it's been all bad. But that was okay. It was enough to push the Nasdaq yesterday to an all-time record high. Today, to just follow that up, we found out that another 340,000 people applied for first-time unemployment benefits last week, and nearly 3 million people remain on the government roster here. And again, these are the numbers they are allowing us to know. Continuing claims, nearly 3 million. It's abysmal, and it gets worse than that. So just sit back a moment and see if you could pick out what might be wrong with some of what I'm about to tell you. So global food prices, we just found this out today, continue to surge higher at their fastest pace ever. Not just here in the United States, around the world. Building costs are skyrocketing. Materials costs are skyrocketing. But again, you remember Yellowstone Powell? Oh, he's not overly concerned, although he's a little bit concerned about inflation. That's what he said. Initially, he wasn't concerned at all. He had said specifically, and I think you would recall this, I'm not concerned about inflation because it is not widespread. Basically, what is he saying? Yeah, it's contained, which was a complete lie. Well, at the last FOMC meeting, it was, I'm a little concerned. A little concerned. But not enough to stop what they're doing. It's utterly insane. And that's what's driving the market. So again, it's utterly nuts. Here's another beautiful piece of economic news, which is, again, part of the reason why we hit new record highs today. We closed at new record highs today, NASDAQ and the S&P 500. U.S. second quarter productivity was revised lower. Not higher, but lower. So look, people, it's everywhere. And I don't know how many of you had the revolting, vomitous, I like that word, vomitous, experience to turn on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business. They're parading out these creatures. Where they get these people from, I really don't know. I don't know where they come from. But they parade them out to tell you, oh yes, strong jobs report. We're doing great. Our economy is firing on all cylinders. I'm telling you, people, where do they get these people from? I don't know. It's some kind of a mass brainwashing, because anybody here, anyone with a fraction of one functioning brain cell and their eyes open maybe for a nanosecond can see what's going on here. We are in a deep shape. Now let us move forward a little bit, and then we're going to go back to the market. But I know that, most of you should know who Bill Gross is. The bond king guy, multi-billionaire, investor, trader. Anyway, he used to be known as the bond king. This is what he has to say here. And it's so funny because if you recall the video I did yesterday, I explained to you how anyone owning any kind of a debt unit, a treasury bond, or even junk bond, you got to be out of your mind, high as a kite. Well, today, Bill Gross here, he says bonds are trash. They are investment garbage. And he says cash as well is garbage. You see, look, this is what I love. Once in a while, you get one of these super elite people. He's obviously one of the super elite class to tell you a little bit of truth. Okay? Doesn't come too often, but it gets out there once in a while. And I just love that. And I believe that Bill here, Mr. Gross, is on target. You got to be nuts, insane, deranged, and more twisted than the freak show to be, invested in some kind of a debt unit here. A dollar also being a unit of debt. So and he understands that clearly, saying they're both investment garbage. You want to be in the dollar, you got to be nuts. But there are people, they're dollar bulls, king dollar, duh. Yeah, okay. It's just the way it is. Anyway, let's go back. Like I said, on top of the record highs today with this lovely market, and more are coming. You know that. I've been telling you the same thing for years. Years! I've been called every name under the sun. I've been told how wrong I am. I'm getting it wrong. I'm causing people to they're going to lose all their money years and years ago because I'm telling people the market's going to go higher. Oh, Greg, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Market's going to crash tomorrow. Hey, guess what, everyone? I'm still waiting. And I'm still on the right side of this market, and so are you. If you've been following this blog, it's not going to stop. It's not going to change, and you see the beauty of this. It goes beyond, beautiful, because we know what we're looking at here. We know the four dynamics. Do you want me to cover them again? Okay. 10-year yield, dollar, crude oil, the Fed's balance sheet. Those are the four dynamics we need to keep our eyeballs on. Okay, let's talk about that 10-year yield. It remains almost locked where it is. It's in a beautiful spot right now. The market loves it here. At one point, we're going to get a big spike in that 10-year yield, and that's when we run for the hills. The moment that happens, we know it is no longer the right time to be, in this market. We got to start betting against it. We close long positions. We start betting against the market. And I'm going to be here when that happens. Okay. The dollar, obviously, look, we have widespread inflation. Contrary to what the freak, the real leader of the free world, yeah, really, what are we free to do? No free thought anymore. You're not even allowed to think things. No free action and no free movement. We're not free to do anything anymore. Like I always tell you, our forefathers must be rolling over in their graves, rotating in there, looking at what's going on here. I mean, they started this nation here to get away from all that, but that's not the case anymore. Anyway, so like I said, today, the dollar, weaker, crude oil, lovely. Okay, you all know that. Crude is going much, much higher. All right, let me just establish this, okay? It's been consolidating after we had, well, not even consolidating. We had a drop. It bounced with like around almost $70 a barrel again. We're going up. You know that, especially in light of OPEC. I told all of you OPEC was not going to start increasing production other than what they've already promised to do. They love it here, OPEC. When they see crude oil at $70 or above, these they're also not human. The things over there, they just spray their shorts. They love it. Oh yeah, they love it. They really do. So they're gonna make sure crude stays inflated. Has no business being here. Anyway, so that's the story. It's just amazing to me and astonishing to see, again, more absolutely abysmal economic news. Food prices skyrocketing, which we all know. I mean, come on, please. Building costs, materials cost, everything is going up. But again, tell me one more time, please. One, why Not one member of our, very, very caring representatives has not called the Fed chair before a committee to have him explain how he thinks that, inflation isn't that big of a deal because it's, more or less contained because it's not widespread. I'm still waiting for that to happen. You see, the fact of the matter is, as you all know, and I tell you every day, we have no representation. Not just here in the United States, but everywhere. It's the banks. It's the central banks who are the government, okay? Forget about Democrats. Forget about Republicans. That's just a shit show to keep you divided, okay? So these people hate these people, and these people hate these people back. It doesn't matter. They're laughing. You have to understand. And there's a lot of people out there that can't break out of it. They wake up in the morning thinking about politics. They go to sleep thinking about it, and meanwhile, they have no idea that they are being duped on an epic scale. If your vote counted, you wouldn't be allowed to vote. All right, anyway, look. One more time, big shout out to those of you that have chosen to support my work. I always ask you to do that on the first of every month. And I just love all of you. That's the truth. All right, I'm out of here. Kind of a long video. Please share this video. I would be very grateful. And I will see all of you in the morning. It's going to be lovely. Lovely.